roll.
Super ready. Excited for the day. It's going to be an amazing day. Back to the
Mama,
We need more filling. Gather two.
We are shooting digits.
best show ever in front of And a very good Tuesday evening to you. Hello, my name is Erinn.
Hello, my name is Dan.
And we are
Erinn and Dan. And this is Erinn and Dan, but it's live. It's
live.
everything you love and hate and are ambiguous about with Erinn and Dan, but
right
it's
here,
live.
right now, right here at 8:01 p.m. Tuesday, July 16th. What was that?
I swear this never happens.
You just had a little fun there
I
with
did,
your phone.
because one of our followers who's watching live right now happened to comment, and I got a notification. We are live, meaning
Woo!
we can
comment,
feature you right here.
you can say, hey.
in real time.
Oh, that's the best.
Through the power of the internet.
The power.
Take that, Regis and Kathy.
That's
Something
right.
you never quite got right.
Guess what? I just showed Dan clips of Regis and Kathy and Regis and Kelly and Regis and Kathy Lee, because my mom and I used to watch that every morning.
And my thing was, morning talk shows feel to me like they're very safe and friendly and airy and gentle.
But
And
sometimes-
don't say too much.
Regis Philbin has milked a cow.
Yeah, well, that was basically the clip that you showed me was like Kathy Lee. Was that Kathy Lee?
That was not Kathy Lee.
Kelly?
That was Kelly.
Kelly talking for about 4 minutes and 18 seconds about milking herself. So
yeah,
I
so it
stood
was a
corrected.
little raunchy.
It wasn't raunchy, but it did fill my head with imagery I didn't need.
You guys, I'm curious as to what talk shows y'all listen to, because I love talk shows because I love talking.
They are a perfect fit. Thank you for joining us, by the way. I see a lot of our usual crowd in the chat there. And if you're new, say hey so we can say hi. And if you're not, you should follow us here, and here. That's YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, not Instagram, not TikTok, because we're not down with the Zoomers.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But maybe we'll get there.
Someday. Yeah.
Y'all, I'm so happy to be here today. We have been knees deep in a show that we call You're in Town. It does sound like Meet the Parents. You're in Town, the musical at Spring Theater, is in its second week of rehearsals, and golly gee willikers, it's going to be a real good show.
Yeah, if you're not familiar, well, I'd rather not ruin, but you are reading that correctly. It is a musical about and revolving around pee-pee.
But it has so much to it. It has great songs, great dances, and honestly, this cast is stacked. You're going to get to meet some of them next week on the show, because we're going to do a special You're in Town episode, and it's going to be...
Is that next week?
Yeah.
I thought next week was Golden Girls.
No. Next week is You're in Town. The week after is Golden Girls.
We've got a
because-
whole docket of things coming your way here on
do.
Erinn and Dan, but it's live every Tuesday at 8 p.m., except when it's not, because we can't.
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but are there any Golden Girls fans out there? Because National Golden Girls Day is coming up.
Oof.
And that's going to be epic.
I am only familiar with the Golden Girls because when I was on tour with Curious George, my roommate, RB, was a huge Golden Girls fan, so I saw a lot of Golden Girls passively in the room.
I'm familiar with the Golden Girls. Well, I'll tell you on the Golden Girls episode.
Yeah, I don't want
We'll
to
talk later.
spill too much tea just yet.
Today, we are here to celebrate Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
This is my Valley Girl shirt. And if you're not familiar with the game, oh boy.
You are missing out.
You are missing out.
A game that's been beloved, an indie gem, a darling loved by millions. 30 million copies of this game sold worldwide, and all created, by the way, by one singular person.
One person.
Every pixel graphic, every piece of music, every bit of dialogue, every piece of coding, all of it done by one person, Eric Barone, or Concerned Ape.
He is a genius. Honestly, I didn't quite understand just how epic he was until I started getting into video games the last few years, and Dan's really opened my eyes to that. And the amount of brains you have to have that are both right and left.
Yeah.
I
Not
can't even imagine.
brains, it's really just like the breadth of creativity you have to be able to not only tackle all of these elements of creating a game, but actually excel in all of them.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Pretty good. If you're a Stardew Valley fan, you'll recognize this Junimo and this Star Drop. If you're not, get on the level. Pick up a game. Put it on your phone. It's on every console you can imagine. Play it. Just do it.
We also want to know what you're drinking out there, because we have a special Stardew Valley toast coming your way today for our special episode. Hello, Dickie. It is great to see you out there tonight. It is going to be a lovely evening filled with lots of things, but let's go ahead and bring on our friends for our toast.
Before we do, what are you drinking out there? I don't know what I'm about to drink. Erinn grabbed me something, and I told her surprise me.
Yes.
It looks like Moscato.
It's not Moscato.
I don't think it is Moscato.
No, it's non-alcoholic.
Oh, how
I wasn't
thoughtful of you.
I wasn't
That's
gonna make
very-
you drink unless
All right.
you wanted to. But go ahead and type in the comments what you're drinking out there.
And let's get a little toast from our friends over in Pelican Town.
Cheers.
Clink.
Mm,
Now,
what do you think it is, Dan?
white grape juice?
No.
What is it?
Guess what I did? I went into our kitchen, I cut open a Capri Sun, and I squeezed it
That's
right
Capri
in.
Sun?
That is Capri Sun.
Oh, it's so much more clear and not syrupy
yeah,
than
you
I ever
wouldn't
would have
have thought
expected.
that, huh?
Capri Sun, brought to you by the 90s, just like your boy.
Yeah, boy. Speaking of boy, hey, Paper Boy. What's up,
Yeah.
Ethan and Mir? Thanks for joining us today. Ethan's one of our amazing cast members we were just talking about here in town.
One of the 4 or 5 cast members this summer who are running the gauntlet in all 3 of our shows back to back to back. Not an easy thing to do. And so many are doing it. So maybe it's easier than I'm giving it credit for.
Oh, I don't think so. B. Arthur was a Marine, says Bruce. This is interesting and
Wow.
something we'll have to use.
Is that why she's built like a truck?
She's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love B.
Okay,
Arthur.
question. B.
Yes.
Arthur,
Yeah.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Hmm?
Are they the same person?
This-
Have you ever seen them in the same room?
you know, I I don't know how to respond to that.
No.
We'll talk about that on that episode.
Okay. Can't wait.
You guys, guess what else we're doing?
What are we doing?
We are preparing a brand new Christmas show. This is the announcement right here. Our winter tour 2024 of a new show we call
For Calling
Birds.
Birds. It's a reference to that good old Christmas tune. You know it. You love it.
Yeah, it ends with
Yeah.
a partridge.
We're doing a winter tour. We're doing a holiday tour with 2 of our very close friends, Ian and Eva, world-class talent, pianists, instrumentalists, vocalists, just tons of ists.
Yeah.
Met them doing cruise ships, and the rest is history. Now here we are on land, continuing our storied friendship.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. In fact, we're starting to put together the show tomorrow night. So if you have any ideas of Christmas songs you would like for us to sing in 4-part harmony, we'll send them on over and
For
we'll
the
see what we
record,
can do.
Paperboy is underage,
Oh, you're drinking vodka and
so
milk?
send the feds.
You were more worried about him being underage than Mir drinking pig's blood.
Pig's blood's legal.
Is it?
Yep.
It's good to know.
We're not in pig's blood prohibition.
Well, as y'all know, this is a special Stardew Valley episode, and I have to show this is my Stardew Valley cookbook that my darling husband got me.
By the way, if you don't know what Stardew Valley is, I know we've said that a few times. We haven't actually told you what it is. It's a farming sim. If you played Harvest Moon back in the 90s, it's a game that aims to perfect the formula of that. It's like a farming sim, life sim. You move, your grandpa passes away, and years later, you find a letter from him as you're dying of agony at your corporate job day in and out, and it invites you to go and take over the family farm, and you move out of your city and into the town, and you rehabilitate this farm, and you meet people, and you crafting.
And you get to have conversations with them, and then you get to marry them if you want, and then you get to have kids with them.
You also can date all of them at the same time,
which I've never done.
which I was going to do, and then Leah walked into my life, and
I have been married twice in Stardew Valley. I've been married to 2 different husbands. The first I divorced, and he didn't talk to me after that, so I went to a witch and had his brain erased, and now we're friends again.
which is a good lesson, and it's cheaper than a traditional divorce.
Yes. Oh, if you're looking forward to marrying
Monica, I
anyone.
would so put you on Zaddy Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a doctor, which means you can go ahead and quit your job.
Yeah. Helicopter Harvey right there.
Helicopter Harvey.
Good stuff.
Yeah, baby.
You know, I am currently married to Elliot, and I have to say, after being married to Shane, I am so happy I'm with Elliot, but
Yeah.
I have heard that Harvey's a great husband. So
I see very little of myself in either of Erin's chosen husbands.
that's not true. Harvey looks just like you.
I'm not like Harvey. I mean, you didn't marry Harvey.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Well, anyway, guess what else we did?
Things that make you go, hey.
Guess what else we did this weekend? We did the most epic thing on Sunday morning.
Brian, don't worry about it. He's not important. He's a
rich doctor.
compared to you, the man is, how do I say, two-dimensional.
On Sunday, this Sunday,
Yes,
this
last
last
Sunday.
2 days ago, we drove all the way to Atlanta, Georgia, and we saw the Stardew Valley concert, the Festival of Seasons. That is Dan's concert shirt.
Got to see the music of the game live in an 11-piece chamber orchestra, and let me tell you, it was good.
It was. It was good. Dan didn't love it.
I
as
had
much as he
notes.
felt.
I just had notes. That's all. As did you.
The drummer was a little off his game.
Here's the thing: nothing can squash a fun party quicker than an arrhythmic drummer. Someone who's just not quite doing it. Now, I will also say, in a chamber orchestra, you often see, or orchestras in general, you often see multiple percussionists. This guy was on kit and all of auxiliary percussion. He was constantly switching brushes and stuff, and they'd only had one rehearsal. So it was like, you give him a pass. But at the same time, when an offbeat, snare hit comes racketing through your brain after you're vibing with these, virtuosic cellists and piccolo players,
Yeah,
it can really rustle your jimmies.
it can rustle them nice and tight. But we had a really good time. We actually spent all day driving down to Atlanta, and we stopped and played mini golf, and we had just a lovely time.
It was a
in
day
general.
trip, by the way. We left Sunday morning and we came back Sunday night, and went to rehearsal the next morning.
Yep.
Day trip to Atlanta.
Yep. They had fun drinks. They had the Krobus, which didn't actually have, it wasn't a dark drink like you would expect.
That was one of my things, is they did this, they tried to make it an immersive experience. The drinks were just names of characters in the game. The Evelyn has tequila, triple sec, and sour mix in it. And Evelyn's like an ancient sweet woman. I feel like she wouldn't be hitting the tequila bottle. And the Krobus, I mean, there's nothing in there. The point is, you just could have done. And then they gave us this thing from Princeton University that was like, will you take part in a survey afterwards to see how music fits in a multimedia experience? And I was like, oh, it's a multimedia experience. But what happened was, just for each of the seasons, the 4 sections of the show, they just put different colored lights with gobos on the black curtain.
But it was still beautiful.
It was wonderful.
Look at those gobos.
See, look at that multimedia.
Doom, 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 doom.
Do you think so?
Evelyn would drink
All right.
that?
Gianna is trapped in the hallway of our guest house. She's not being allowed into the studio, I'm being told, by her supervisors.
Here's another cool thing they gave us.
Because she's apparently a monster.
Sheet music for the Dance of the Moonlight Jellies.
Yes.
If you know, you know. Oh, it's beautiful.
IYK. If we're a little offbeat today, if we're a little
Are we
off the
offbeat?
cuff, if we're just moving a little slowly or moving in a zigzaggy direction and we have no real bass line to our groove.
Do we not?
I'm just saying if.
Oh, okay.
It's only because that's how we want to do it.
Dan's a little exhausted.
No,
I mean,
No.
aren't you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
So when
lied to you earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was going to
lied.
say, you told me you were, but he was lying.
Yeah.
It has been quite a few days, though, I'll tell you.
I think Evelyn would drink like a prune juice smoothie.
I can see that.
With some, I don't know. I don't have jokes today, and you're all just gonna have to deal with it.
You don't need jokes because it's time for the Dan Beckman Photography Picture of the Week.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Beckman is an award-winning photographer.
Twice.
He's won 2 awards. But he hasn't won them for the things I'm about to show you, which he's done in the last couple of weeks.
What are they?
Oh, they're headshots, baby.
Oh, yes.
These are some great headshots from some of our spring theater
Sean
kids.
Hartsfeld, Bryson Payton, and Rose Condon. And then we got Francesca
Sharp.
Thank you.
Isn't that a great last name?
Great name.
Sharp.
Francesca
She
Sharp.
is sharp, too. She's very smart.
These are all kids that have participated in our summer camps this year, and some of them are currently in our production of. Actually, Sean did not. Sean did not participate because
Sure.
Sean decided he was better than us.
But he's coming to work crew next
He's
week.
going to work crew.
Woo!
That'd be great. If you need headshots or portraits taken, consider Dan Beckman Photography.
Yeah, he's right
Because
here.
we too need to eat.
And I also come along and I usually hold the big bounce
Mhm.
and I just put it at people and
Thank
I
you,
laugh
Terry
at Dan's
Beckman,
jokes.
for your completely unprompted, unrelated to me compliment.
It was unprompted, but
Yeah, it
she
was.
is related to you.
She is my mother.
The two N's,
Yeah, give it
it's
away.
right there.
The last name,
It gives it away.
the style of her headshot, right there in her profile picture. It all
That's
gives
right.
it away.
That is a Dan Beckman headshot. I got one too, you know.
Erinn, you've
Yeah?
been learning things.
So many things.
What have you been learning?
365 things this year.
Wow.
That's right, because I am learning one new thing a day, and here they come for this week.
Okay.
Okay, on July 9th, look at this. When Betty White was 20 years old, she put her acting career on hold to join the Women's Voluntary Services as a truck driver.
Ah,
She said that it was worth it to put her career on hold to support these precious boys.
and I always thought she had big rig energy.
Love
Rest
Betty
in
White.
peace, Betty White.
I know. I'm
I
gonna
hope
miss
your
her.
children sleep at night.
Oh, they will. Okay, the next day this week, I learned on July 10th, this is so cool, Dan. From 1953 to 1957, NBC's Today Show had a chimpanzee co-host
Oh,
named Fred Muggs. That's Fred right there.
funny. I thought that was Regis and Kathy. Good night, everybody.
So yeah, that's Fred Muggs.
Good. Nice to meet you, Fred.
Isn't that so cool?
It is.
And actually, so this is cool. It is estimated that he brought the network in $100 million.
And what did he do?
He literally co-hosted with this guy. I don't know who this guy is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to co-host with a monkey. Next.
Next, I learned on July 11th. Do you know what this is, Dan?
That is political Stonehenge.
Close. Okay, this is hilarious. So in Scotland,
See, I told you.
in 1826,
Yeah.
they tried to replicate the Parthenon, but they wanted to make it bigger and cheaper, but they never really finished it. And so now it's nicknamed Edinburgh's Disgrace.
That's hysterical. But I feel like they really missed the boat in calling it the Parthenon.
Hey, that would have been funny. Another
I got to figure this out.
another nickname for it is Scotland's Folly.
Oh,
Poor little Parthenon.
I thought Scotland's Folly was Craig Ferguson.
Hey, see, you're on fire.
Actually, he's a phenomenal host. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I
Next.
love Craig Ferguson. On July 12th, I learned you're going to love this, Dan. And
Yeah.
I did this for my Stardew Valley episode too.
That's Doom
Surgeons,
and Surgeon Simulator.
well, surgeons who play video games at least 3 hours a week perform 27% faster and make 37% fewer errors when performing surgery.
What does it say about USO performers and children's youth theater instructors?
About them doing surgery?
Is it saying that I should do more video games?
I think yes. You know, I have to tell you, when I was a kid, and my mom's probably watching tonight and she can attest, I snubbed my nose at video games. I was like, I remember I was so into live theater and I was like, oh, I don't waste my time playing video games all day. I'm super uncoordinated. And
See what happens?
I think that if I
And
had
me?
played more, did your phone just fart at me
I
again?
should probably turn that
you
down.
should probably silence
Sorry.
that. He's a busy man, and every time he gets a text, it's.
And then let me tell you, I get a lot of texts. Last week I got 4.
Did you?
Mhm.
That's
Next.
impressive. July 13th, I learned Cookie Monster's real name. Do you know what it is, Dan?
Neil Simon.
No,
Neil LaBute.
No.
Kneel before your king.
it's not a Neil. It's not a Neil.
What is it?
It's Sid.
Oh, I think I did know that.
Did
SID,
you
right?
really?
SID?
SID. That's
yeah.
it.
I think we may have encountered that piece of trivia at some point in our lives.
Really?
I think so.
I don't remember.
What's his last name?
It doesn't have one. It's just Sid.
That is so badass.
I know.
Can I say that on the show?
No,
Oh,
but that's okay.
that is so. I'm so sorry, everybody.
You give Dan a thing with buttons and it presses and it just starts, Okay, July 14th. Anybody know who that is?
That is Cookie Monster, aka Sid, aka Scotland's Folly.
No, but it is the
Schmelvis Presley.
Yes, and he was originally blonde. Yep,
Oh.
yep. That's his blonde picture right there. He started dyeing his hair black for an edgier look. Sometimes he would touch it up right before a show himself using shoe polish.
That's cool. You know what I really like? I really like men and women who have blonde hair, but then have really like sharp, defined, dark eyebrows. I think they call it a scouse brow.
Ooh.
My ex had that. She had blonde hair and really dark eyebrows.
And you really liked that?
I couldn't get enough of it.
You really like that about your ex?
I'm just kidding.
Should
No,
I
but
darken my
I think it's a
eyebrows,
cool-
Daniel?
It's like when people have really dark features, but then like really light eyes. Same sort of thing. I love it.
Yeah, my ex was hot too.
Next,
I learned on July 15th, as my last fact, that in every single scene of Fight Club, there is a Starbucks coffee cup.
every single scene.
Yes.
Not every cut, but every scene.
Every scene.
That's fun.
They added this in as part of it. There's a whole article on it, and you can look at screenshots from every single scene, and you can find the Starbucks cup. So the next time you watch Fight Club, which I honestly don't recommend, I didn't like the movie at all.
It's a classic.
Okay, great. So it's Cool Hand Luke, and that was stupid.
And you regret watching it?
We didn't even finish it, bruh.
Somebody get this woman a bucket of cold water.
I'm just saying, just because something is a classic does not mean that it's good.
That is true. But it does tend to mean that it represents some form of forward momentum in an industry, and it deserves respect.
So Fight Club did that how?
When I was a kid and I saw Fight Club for the first time, I'd never seen a movie that had played that much with philosophy. And I'm not saying it invented that. I'm just saying it in a movie that was about brutality.
Yeah.
It worked a lot of the big twist at the end. Like it's a well-told story, whether or not you like it. You should check it out. We should watch it again. When did you watch it?
I watched it before you, and
I
I
feel
am
like
a changed woman.
This is what I
like
feel.
more
I feel you
things.
watch it and you're like, it's just guys beating each other up.
That's what I felt like
Yeah,
it was.
but no, we'll dive deep. Is The Matrix just a dude dodging bullets?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's got also spoons that melt.
And see, there's so much more to it. And Fight Club has soap that burns.
I'm sure it's fine. Well, you know why I want to watch it now?
Why?
Starbucks cups.
You know why I want to watch it?
Why?
Tyler Durden's abs. Brad Pitt in that movie is so cut. He's a legend.
Abs don't do it for me.
And Edward Norton is a phenomenal actor, and I always enjoy his projects. I heard he's not a very nice person, but I don't care because I like the way he acts.
Don't tell me that.
Especially in Birdman, which is a movie I really loved and was my favorite movie of the year after I thought it was initially Whiplash, but then it became Birdman.
What are you doing? What is
I'm making
this?
a point.
But what is this?
Listen, Erinn, this is how I accentuate
Accentuate what? Your abs?
the positive.
Accentuate the positive. Well, our viewership just went up, so keep doing it.
And furthermore, Edward Norton in Primal Fear, his breakthrough role was phenomenal. As a young kid, he's never not good. He never misses. Even his bad projects are... Oh, our viewership dropped.
No, it's good. It's all good. You guys, I'm having so much fun. And I feel like fun deserves fun. Don't you, Dan?
I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, like the two of us are having fun.
Yes.
Think about how much more fun we'd be having if there were three of us here.
Should we find out?
I think we should.
Because I was kind of on a roll. I was doing a thing.
Okay, you want to do this for another 3 minutes?
May I?
Only 2, actually. So, but
that's why he left the set of the Avengers, because he disagreed with the script rights and he wanted to rewrite them himself, but the script writers didn't want him to, so they rehired that one guy whose name I always forget, but whose work I also love, and I always want to call him Vincent D'Onofrio, but he's not Vincent D'Onofrio.
Your mom wants you to come home.
This is what she says when it's time to take those pills and go back in the weight room.
Oh my
I'm not
gosh.
falling for this again. Mother.
That is your
government mother.
Uh-oh. You guys, I am so excited about tonight's guest because we searched high, low, and in between for the utmost Stardew Valley expert we could find. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yes, we did. We searched high, low, and in between. And
Yes.
there he was right in our proverbial backyard.
Whoa!
Because, friends, Colvin is a middle schooler who spends basically all of his time in the summer reading and gaming.
Yes.
Good to balance your range, my guy. His favorite game of all time is Hollow Knight. And might I add, what fine taste you have.
Yes.
And along with Stardew Valley lately, he's been playing Don't Starve Together, Splatoon 3, and as always, Smash Bros. I don't know what your main is, but we're going to talk about that. Pikachu right here. I got 5, though. at me. Don't at me. He's also been trying out horseback riding and acting this summer to mix things up. Colvin is always making people laugh and learning new things, and most importantly and primarily, annoying his sisters.
He loves it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your proverbial digital hands together for our guest, Colvin Mueller.
Thank you.
What's poppin', G?
Not much. I'm still camping.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a beautiful tent you have. Tell us about it.
It's cabin and yippee.
It's a lovely shade of beige.
Yeah, you look nice. Where are you coming in from today? What part of the country are you in?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Nebraska.
You mean where you live?
How far
Oh,
away are you from home right now camping?
Huh?
How far away are you from home while you're camping right now?
About 3-hour drive.
Wow, that's no
Nice.
joke. Are you in northwestern Nebraska where the largest hand-planted forest in the world is?
Ooh.
No.
Wow. I love that you have your press people off to the side that tell you what you can and can't disclose.
It's
I don't know about this stuff.
Yeah, thank you for the thumbs up. Can I get an autograph? Colvin. Talk to me about your fine gaming tastes.
Yes, I want to hear all about it.
All right, so Stardew Valley, of course.
Of course.
Got to be in my top 10, probably
Yes.
my top 5.
Great.
Lately, I've been playing a lot of Don't Starve Together and Splatoon 3. Don't Starve Together is kind of like Minecraft, the darker emo older brother. It's like Minecraft of if it had almost no custom, but if there's almost no decoration, it was all about just surviving. It is so unbelievably punishable.
I've played some Don't Starve, and I want to play Don't Starve Together, but I don't know if Erin's ready for it.
Is
It has more content besides just multiplayer too.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Well.
a sequel of sorts.
Well. Colvin, before we go on, I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves. Who are you and where do you exist?
Yes.
All right, so I'm Colvin Mueller, going on to 7th grade. I live in Kearney, Nebraska. I kind of just exist, read, and play video games. That's what life is worth of living. Books and video games.
Hmm.
Food. I
Nice.
really love food. I love
Oh.
me some food.
I love that. Books, video games, and food. Okay, if I were to challenge you in the next, you have to make a decision in the next 5 seconds what you want to do with your life. What is it going to be?
Ooh, good question.
Has to be a developer at this one specific game studio, Ninja Kiwi. Have you heard of them?
Did they do Death Cubed?
Never heard of it. It's
Hmm.
the people who made Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Can I
Ooh.
tell you that I just downloaded that on my Steam Deck because it was on sale for $3?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
And that's
so
the developer you want to work for?
Huh?
That's the company you want to work for?
Yeah.
How come?
It's just right. They're so like interactive with their community, like always answering their questions, adding suggestions. It seems I'm pretty sure I'll be able to work at home. I'm not sure yet. I definitely want to work at home job. And I just really want something to do with like video games and coding.
Cool.
Very, very cool.
I noticed that you use developers to communicate with their community and Hollow Knight, aka Team Cherry, in the same sentence.
Nice.
Very strange. As Silk Song when? What are we getting at, Colvin?
Oh no, I mean the rating came out, so
So we're close, is what you're saying.
hopefully.
That's exciting.
Erinn, I feel like I'm dominating this conversation,
Well,
and I'm
you
sorry.
know, I don't really know what a lot of what you're talking about, but I do know about Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is my actual #1 game. It was tied. It was Stardew Valley. Well, you know, okay. Let me go back. So Colvin, when I started playing video games, I snubbed my nose at pixels. I thought pixels were gross. I thought that they were annoying. I was really into Animal Crossing because it's beautiful. And I would watch Dan play Stardew Valley and I'd be like, why would you play that when you get this beautiful Animal Crossing island? I was wrong. Stardew Valley is a far superior game. No
Well.
offense to Animal Crossing. But
I feel like from an art style perspective, that's sort of like saying, why would you drink orange juice when you could have eggnog?
Eggnog is top tier. Do not disrespect eggnog.
I'm not.
Couldn't
I'm
agree
just
more.
saying, Colvin, there's a time and a place. And listen, this coming from a guy who in college, I would just guzzle eggnog.
I love
By the
eggnog.
quart.
Eggnog
Eggnog's-
is so good.
Eggnog's my favorite holiday tradition. I'm surprised we don't have it in Stardew Valley, actually.
Do we not?
No.
That is weird.
What's the name of your farm, Colvin?
All right, I made this like 3-4 years ago. Okay, do not judge me. I cannot come up with a name, so Gianna decided it for me. Cool Farm. I'm sorry.
Hey, you know what? There's something to be said about a classic name that will never age. It's timeless.
agree.
I guess so.
That's very nice.
We have a guest. We have a viewer, Ashley, who's here saying she knows Stardew inside and out. Lay on us
Ooh.
some of your Stardew knowledge, Ashley, and stick around because Colvin and I are going to be competing to see how many Stardew Valley trivia questions we can get right as a team later.
Yes, I have prepared such an adventure for you all. But before we get to that, I'm curious as to, are you married in Stardew Valley, Colvin?
I used to be, but then I realized that it wasn't optimal to marry Abigail, so I divorced her and wiped her memory. I don't really want to marry. Oh, I also turned my kids into doves since you do that.
Through this statue of selfishness.
Yeah, it's only one per max shard, and I have like 36 of those chilling in my chest.
Wow.
Dan
You're-
has been searching.
I've been trying to get 4 so I could complete that chi quest.
Oh yeah, it's I know how to cheese it.
Tell you, boy.
So
Oh my
make
gosh.
1 billion crystallariums, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then put jade in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturdays, you can trade 1 jade. I think it's Saturdays. I'm not positive.
Staircases.
You can trade 1 jade for 1 staircase.
Uh-huh.
And the way I get so many prismatic shards is because every single iridium node has a 4% chance to drop one.
So you just
You
dive deep into the
down
skull
the-
caverns? You just go down. You just go down deep into skull caverns and then just mine deep.
Yeah, explosive ammo is really good. You should use it. It's
All
really
right.
really good.
All right.
Hmm.
Look at this. We're getting some deep cut strategies from our guy Colvin.
This is good to know.
Yeah,
Um,
that is a prismatic shard,
there's
by
Colvin
the way.
with his prismatic shard right there. You guys, my favorite part of Stardew Valley is probably not the typical thing. I love the friendships and the relationships that I make. I love to go and talk to everybody every day and give them gifts and find out what they love. And I like to visit them in their homes, and I like to get cookies and recipes, and it makes me so happy.
To me, that is by far the worst part of the game. Not the worst, just the least interesting part.
But not when you had I have to get the quest.
I didn't want to do it.
There was a quest where you had to, I'm sure you've done this already, Colvin. There was a quest where we had to give everybody a loved gift. So
Yeah.
fun.
Dull.
So fun.
Dull.
I don't do that quest.
No.
I only do it if I have like 1 billion rabbits.
Yeah, and they're not even universally loved.
No.
Penny. Penny
Yeah.
is the worst late game.
Thank you.
The worst to befriend late game.
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times.
Do you know the universally loved gifts? There's 2 of them. One of them you just talked about.
No, because Haley actually hates prismatic shards.
She does?
Yeah,
That's so Haley.
It
I
is.
know.
Ugh.
Oh. Wow. Well, I thought that was one of them.
Thank you, Gianna. I agree. If not for her, it wouldn't be happening for me because okay. And this is always interesting. If you're a Stardew Valley player in the comments, let us know what your answer is. But Colvin, what is your favorite thing to do in Stardew and your least favorite thing to do
Ooh,
in
I love
Stardew?
that.
Okay, so my favorite thing to do has to be optimizing my money game. Right now,
That's
I
Dan.
don't care about making friends. I don't care about supporting the economy. I just care about making that dang bag.
Bag.
That's Dan too. He loves, like, at the beginning of playing, he would be like, "Oh, I can't believe you." Okay. One day I accidentally sold like 10 geodes, and he was super cranky with me.
This was like year 1 spring, though. You know, we can't afford to make missteps like that. Now we've got a strong starfruit wine economy going, and I have every farmable inch of Ginger Island covered in ancient fruit.
It's pretty good.
Oh,
You'll
you're an
like-
ancient fruiter?
Well,
There's-
I'm both. Here's why. Because starfruit I have to replant, but if I keep ancient fruit at the island, I never have to replant it. And every time I go to the island, I can just pick like 700 ancient fruit and dump it in a.
Did you know
Hmm?
that starfruit and ancient fruit are not number 1? Neither of them. Well, I do not respect hop enjoyers. It's actually hops.
Yeah, you know what though?
Only if you have a billion kegs.
Who's got the time?
I make hops, but I only make a little.
Who's got the time?
Billion kegs.
Okay, Ashley likes to play with the pirates.
Oh,
That's cool.
so cool.
The doctor's too gloomy. You don't like Harvey? I'll tell you the worst character in the game.
Actually, I want to know who you're married to.
The worst character in the game is Clint.
The worst character in the game is Pierre. Come on.
It's Lewis. It is Lewis. Have you seen? Do you guys have secret notes unlocked?
Yeah.
Have you seen the solid gold Lewis statue that he makes using the tax monies?
I have 2 of them, and they're in my production shed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He is the worst character.
Nah.
He's actually terrible. He
Nah,
throws
Clint-
rocks that Linus is 10.
Clint is so lame. Clint is like, I guess I'll go be a blacksmith. Emily won't talk for 5 years.
5 years.
Emily won't talk to me. Guess I'll just,
I
bruh.
will also
Boring.
say
Not
He's
bad.
boring. He's boring and he's pathetic. There, I said it.
Ken is
Boring.
also
but
kind of
he's
annoying.
so boring that I feel literally nothing. I feel no hatred towards him.
Oh,
Lewis, on the other hand, stinks.
that makes one of us. I have plenty of hatred for Clint.
You know what we did once? We put Mayor Lewis's shorts in our display case for the fair, and he got so mad, and we got disqualified.
Ashley's playing with mods. She has 19 dogs and cats, but she uses a mod to pet themselves.
Oh, that's so cute.
I am getting. What do you guys play on?
Switch. So we're not even on 1.6 right now.
No.
Yeah, I really want 1.6. It might even be bigger. Have you guys heard of the new game he's working on?
Haunted Chocolatier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. We're not going to see that for years.
It's going to be
Yeah,
so fun,
he
though.
purposely released a trailer late because there are some rumors going around that he was working on a different game that he wasn't working on.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, because I have the same art style as Stardew Valley.
Yeah. Which I think is going to be his downfall because I think it's going to come out and it's going to look just like Stardew, but it's not going to be Stardew, and people are going to be comparing it to Stardew, and it's not going to be as good as Stardew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel like I would like it though. It's like more tycoon based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
Stardew Valley.
I'm with you. I think. Did you ever play Moonlighter? Have you heard of Moonlighter?
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Isn't it like Pokemon, like the good Pokemon?
No,
combined
that's
with Stardew.
that's a Moonstone Island.
Oh, okay.
Moonlighter
I don't think I've heard of
is a
Moonlighter.
game where by night you go and delve into caves and sort of like hunt and mine like in Stardew, but then by day you take all the things you find in the caves and you set up a shop economy and you try to make the most profit.
Todd
This
says
is
he has
fun.
no idea what we're talking about, but he loves it. And that's what I love about this whole culture is I feel like you can really get into it and you can like love it no matter what your level,
I know.
which is so cool.
And I also love that we can just talk like this and people will have no idea what they're talking about. Colvin knows.
and other people know too.
Some people know. Ashley knows.
Ashley knows. Y'all, I have a challenge for
Okay.
both of you, and I want to see how many of these you can get right as a team. Now, after talking for just a few short moments, I realized that the first few I might as well not even do, but we'll do them anyway, just to give you like a little ding.
Okay.
You got a little dinger over there, Dan, for every time you get one right?
Mm.
Okay, great. Perfect. All right. It is time for a game that we love, that we know right here, and it is called
Trivia Smackdown!
Trivia Smackdown.
I already said it.
Oh, yeah. And this time it is Colvin and Dan versus the universe.
Hmm.
Question number one, way too easy
Wait,
for you guys.
do we answer just whoever knows it first?
Oh, yeah. Just
All
go
right.
for it.
Great.
Okay.
You
All
ready,
right.
Colvin?
Yeah.
What is the name of the city in which Stardew Valley takes place?
Pelican Town.
Zuzu City.
Pelican Town is correct. 1 point for Colvin and Dan. All right, this next one you're going to laugh at too. What store in Stardew Valley is a major corporation?
Joja Mart. Or as my wife calls it, Jaja.
Jaja Mart.
You call it Jaja Mart?
She calls it Jaja. She's like, I need a Jaja Cola.
I didn't know it was JoJo.
Joja.
I'm super dyslexic.
Joja.
Oh, Joja.
Yeah.
Cute.
Isn't that cute?
All right, these seeds are what Mayor Lewis gives you at the start of the game.
Parsnip.
Parsnips indeed.
That is
Good.
correct.
I know way too much about this game.
Oh, yeah. Keep
Parsnip
going.
seeds. It's the best. All right. Who is the hermit living just outside of town?
Linus.
Linus, it is.
That is correct. Linus is one of my favorite friends.
Look at
I
that
love
beard.
Linus.
Linus
We are
is also
speaking
the
English, Bruce.
only- characters, to be honest.
Yeah. It's oh, you don't like Linus?
No, Linus and Krobus are the two universally liked characters.
So true.
Hmm.
So true. All right. I know you know this too. This game was the main influence for Stardew Valley's development.
Harvest Moon.
That is correct. And actually, like, look at this cute little thing. He's got a little cow.
That's not even close to the original. That's on PlayStation. The original was on Game Boy.
Oh wow.
Game Boy. Or actually, it might have been Super Nintendo. One of the two. No, I think it was Game Boy and then Super Nintendo came afterwards. But those
Nice.
games were great.
Very, very
Yeah.
nice.
And Concerned Ape was like, I want to create a game that perfects a genre. And he did. And now at Haunted Chocolatier, he's like, I want to do the same thing with a different genre. So I'm kind of excited to see what he does with that game.
That's pretty cool. I love that. When you reach the lowest level of the mines, what do you receive?
Skull Key. I promise I'll let you do the next one.
Oh, keep it coming. That's why we have you here.
That's right.
Yes.
Because you're the academic.
The skull key. That is correct. All right, here is a picture one for you. What is this item named?
Daffodil.
Did you say Abigail?
Daffodil.
No, it's not. It's a dandelion.
Daniel Beckman? You are correct. Woo. You caught him.
Good thing we're on a team here, bud, because otherwise this ship would have sunk.
Colvin, I was getting ready to yell at Dan because I totally thought you were right. I put this
What did
together.
I?
Where my married gentleman at?
I do not forage in that game.
Yeah, I don't really
so
either.
funny. All right, which building is located closest to the blacksmith?
Library.
That is incorrect.
Well, the library's in the museum, to be fair.
Okay. All right. Well, it's called the museum.
Yeah,
Well-
I've been chilling with mom who calls it the library. So
Okay.
And you're supposed to do what your mom does. And she's not wrong. The library's in there.
The library is in there.
Yeah.
Library/museum. We'll give
Hmm.
it to you because Dan already made the sound effect.
Mhm.
All right. In the quest, Pam is thirsty. What does Pam have a hankering for?
pale ale.
Pale ale, indeed.
How do
That's
I
gotta
know
be it.
this?
You are good at that. I made the pale ale actually because I love those quests that you give people things. That's
What
a
a strange setup for a cask and keg basement. Yeah.
I should have taken screenshots of Dan's economy because it's honestly pretty amazing. It's pretty beautiful.
Oh, you should see some of the stuff that people actually do to optimize. Mine's not
Oh.
even close.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. All right, here comes a cooking question. This item can be crafted with 1 oil, 1 vinegar, and 1 radish. Name that item.
I do not think I've cooked one thing in all of my time playing Stardew Valley.
I don't cook either, but Erinn does, and I know this because she was trying to find stuff for it, and it could be a few different things. But I think oil, vinegar, and a radish.
It's in my Stardew Valley cookbook right here too. Dum dum dum.
Is it as simple as radish salad?
You are correct.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey, while we're talking about cooking, I just have to show you, Colvin, you're going to love this. So the artwork in this book is actually pretty incredible. And like, look at this. Like, this is like fiddlehead ferns and like all of the things that you make. And then each of these things is like actually what they have in the book and stuff. And then they say what kitchen it's from. And they
Like
have
which
little
character in the
quotes.
game has little quotes. It's a really well done thing.
And Concerned Ape worked really hard on this. What would you think that in real life, what would you think that void mayonnaise is made from?
To be honest, hair. I can definitely see it. Hair kind of taste.
It is
Hair
actually-
and rotten eggs.
It's in this
Ooh.
book.
Yeah, it is. You can make it.
Yeah.
And
It's
the
made
main
from black garlic cloves and activated charcoal powder, so that's what makes it black. But the recipes are genuinely excellent.
yeah,
Really,
they're
really
unbelievable.
creative. Okay, we have a trivia question coming in from Ashley Hargrove.
Yes, Ashley, send it to us.
Lay it on us.
We're gonna get
Cole is
there.
gonna crush it.
In the meantime, I got some more easy ones. Oops,
Okay.
here it comes. Who is this character?
Vincent.
Oh, that is correct. What is the name of Abigail's father?
Okay, this is contentious. This is a guess.
Depends if you're a conspiracy theorist.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry, what?
Because the answer that she's looking for is what, Colvin?
Yeah.
Yes. But the answer that would also maybe be acceptable is
The wizard.
Rasmodius.
What?
Yeah.
How have we never talked about
There's
this?
a bunch of lore that people suspect that Resmodius is her actual father.
One line of dialogue says that she used to have chestnut brown hair, but she dyed it purple and never changed back. And also, Caroline used to take walks near the Wizard Tower, according to some of her dialogue.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I
Yeah.
know she eats up the gems, but okay. Ashley says, "What game do you play with the pirates?"
Darts. I know because I play that even though I got all the way.
Darts is correct.
Nice.
I
She
assume.
has another question for you. What are the 2 arcade games in Stardew Valley in the bar?
Legend of the Prairie King and Junimo Kart. Yeah.
I do not like it. It's so hard.
Yeah, Junimo Kart is insanely brutal.
I know. I usually get to the second area of Journey in the Prairie King, but Junimo Kart, Miramu is hacked.
Now,
Yeah.
at the Stardew Valley concert, one of the coolest things they did was they played the song that was in the
Stardrop Saloon.
Stardrop Saloon, and then all of a sudden they made this sound effect like you had gone into the Prairie King.
They did the coin, and then they did the whole suite of Prairie King music all the way through to the end of the game.
It was so
awesome.
cool, and everybody was freaking out.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes your next question. The glacier fish can be caught in what region or area of Stardew Valley?
Cindersap Valley, if you're standing on one specific point.
On Arrowhead Island.
Woo! Cindersap Forest is correct. And you're right,
it's
it is that
also
point.
the hardest fish to catch in the game, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Have
it
you
is.
caught the lava? No, I caught lava eel like second try, I think. In my opinion, the legend. But
No, the
it's
legend-
stereotypical.
I think the
like a
legend.
scorpion carp.
I just did the quest twice over where you have to catch the sequels of the legendary fish, and I can tell you the glacier fish is the most brutal by far, in my opinion.
In my opinion, the second hardest is probably scorpion carp.
Does that fish line just go up and down and up and down?
There's multiple kinds of different fish with different coating. Scorpion carp has the highest difficulty number of every single dart fish, which is, in my opinion, the hardest difficulty.
Oh.
Nice.
Like this glacier fish has, I think, sinker.
Interesting.
I did not know that.
Now, you know what's cool? Because you both don't cook, but I cook for Dan in the game, not in real life, but in the game. And if you make certain recipes, they help your fishing bar extend quite a bit. So it's a bonus to do that.
Look at her
My bar
talking.
is currently consisting on a diet of only magic rock candy.
What do you get those with? You don't pay prismatic shards for it, do you?
3 prismatic. I mean, you can 3 prismatic shards at the Desert Trader on like Fridays, I think it is.
Right.
For 1 magic rock candy.
And that's what you do? You trade your prismatic shards for rock candy?
Makes my skull cavern runs go crazy, so I can get like an extra 15.
That's amazing.
You're a madman.
All right, boys. How many items in total can be donated to the museum?
Ooh.
More than 60.
I knew this one because I am a completionist.
I want to say is it 80? I think it's like 76.
All right. Is that your final answer?
What do you think, Colvin?
I don't know. I finished it like year 5.
Let's go with 80. I like Colvin's 80.
80 is a good guess, but it is actually
95. Wow.
That's okay. That's the first one you've gotten incorrect. How about
We
this
tripped
one?
and fell.
I love this. I know this. What is the name of the tallest grave in the town cemetery?
Jasper.
Jasper.
I'm pretty sure it's Jasper.
No, it's a woman's name.
Oh.
It's a
Jasper's
woman.
like the only one we know about, so I was just assuming it was Jasper.
It's her name is
Oh, come on, Dan. I say it every time I pass by the grave.
You used to when you were year 1. We've come a
True.
long way. Her name starts with an M, I think.
She's your mom's friend.
Mona.
That is correct.
Yes.
Our beloved Mona.
Would you say, Colvin?
She's from one of Alex's heart events.
Ooh.
Alex's mom or whatever.
I didn't know that. Speaking of Alex, what is the name of Alex's dog?
Dusty.
That is correct.
Wow.
It is Dusty.
I didn't know that. What's the point of bringing the dog back? What does it do?
Like if you fix up its little house.
Yeah, like when the fairy comes in, it
Trash bear?
yeah, the trash
Mary
bear.
Poppins bear? Oh, nothing. It just makes you feel good about yourself.
I felt
Blech.
good. I felt so good.
Ugh.
I don't care. I was hoping I'd get at least $2.
Yeah, I want financial recompense for it.
Give me the money. Give me
Yeah.
the money, stupid bear.
Money. In what season can you forage a moral mushroom?
Oh, a mushroom.
Autumn.
It sounds like it sounds like something you forage in autumn.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Gotta be.
Unfortunately, you
What?
can only forage morals in the spring. Those are the really cool ones that look like they have the Swiss cheese hole through them.
Oh,
Colvin?
those ones.
Colvin, don't trust Dan. That's the moral of the story.
You went away from your
That's
microphone.
the
for
moral of the
punchline.
story, is the joke I made.
Okay, so this last question
Okay.
is, in less than 1 minute, how many Stardew Valley events can you name?
Wow.
Ready and go.
Night Market, Squid Fest, which is 1.6, Trout Derby, which is 1.6, Desert Festival, which is 1.6,
Moonlight Jellies,
Luau,
Luau,
Egg Festival.
the Grange Festival, whatever that is.
Which
Did I
one?
say Winter
Winter Star.
Market?
What's the Halloween one called?
Oh, Spirit Eve.
Spirit Eve. The Flower
10
Dance.
seconds.
The
Flower
fair.
Dance,
The fair.
The Egg Hunt.
Desert Fest. Oh no, I already said Desert Fest.
Egg Hunt and
I think you're only missing one.
ooh. Wait, we can come up with this. It is the one we're missing is
Wow.
Hmm?
Have the Spirit. It's in fall. No, fair.
Yes,
What?
you are correct. The Stardew Valley Fair.
What?
All right, here they are by thing. And I can't believe you got, so I put exclamation points
By
bound
the
3. I
1.6
didn't
ones?
know, but you got them right away, Colvin. I'm so impressed.
Wow.
So yes, these are all of the events in Stardew Valley, and you named them all. You guys are the Stardew Valley champions of the universe. Give it up for both of these Stardew Valley experts. Good job, y'all. Colvin, we always like to ask our guests for some words of advice and wisdom as they depart into the universe. What do you have for our audience at large?
If you ever play Stardew Valley, put Mayor Lewis's shorts in the luau pot.
What a
In the
good
luau
idea.
pot, I've never done
Yeah,
that.
you can do that.
Wow. What does he
good
do?
Idea.
I'm not telling.
I've done it on the Grange display, and I made a cool 5,000 Gs or whatever it was.
Wow, this
A
is
luau pot.
exciting.
Gross. Let's start a new farm in 1.6 and try it.
I'm ready. I am ready to start a new farm. Colvin, you have been a delight, and I think that this was the best trivia we've ever had. I
Yep.
am incredibly impressed with both of you, even with those hard questions.
I would like to end it off on a negative note.
Ooh.
Okay.
Stardew Valley needs to do more crossovers. They only have one in 1.6 that's extremely small, with Terraria, giving you a bad one.
Mm.
I feel like they have so much potential for crossovers, and there are a ton of games I want to see have crossovers.
I think we should do Stardew Valley X Mortal Kombat.
I want to see Elliot's spine get ripped out.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're all
gosh.
dying to see it.
Not
Who's
Elliot.
with me?
Oh, that's sad. Maybe Haley. She's got
That's-
an
I
attitude.
like Haley. Haley's good if you get to know her.
That's
an
true. I've heard
adjustment.
that she's one of the most rewarding arcs of character if you stick with her.
Oh, maybe I
What
need
about
to go
Shane?
get some more.
Yeah. Shane, it was her first husband.
I
And
married Shane and I had to divorce him. He kept telling me he was so happy he gave up alcohol, but then he would be drinking all the time.
And beer's a still love gift for him.
you know what? Some people never change. Let that be a lesson to all of us.
Exactly.
Colvin, you're the man. Thanks for being here.
Mwah, we love you.
Thank you. Goodbye.
That was fun.
That was
I
so
am
fun.
so impressed at how much you knew.
Well, and the ones that I threw away that I was wrong about, I was just trying to make, I didn't want, you don't want to harm.
Right.
You don't want, I wanted to.
You guys, before we end tonight, and thank you, by the way, for sticking with us. I know some of you have no idea what we're talking about, but for those of you who do, yay. And for those of you who don't, thanks for sticking with us. I would like to have a segment of the show that we like to do each week here on Erinn and Dan, but it's live, and it is called... Dan.
I couldn't hold it.
Today on Erinn's Positivity Corner, I would like to talk about things you can't control.
Ooh.
Please, everyone.
What are
it
my
is-
bowels for 10,000?
I feel like in election seasons in particular, I feel that you sometimes let the emotions of what's happening, let the emotions of what's happening control their life. And we can't do anything about it. We can educate ourselves, we can vote, and then we can move on. And I don't mean that we can't get our knickers in a knot, but I have to say it is so important to take the things that you can control and control them. And those things that you can't control, just let it go. Understand what's happening in the world and then make your version of the world better.
And by the way, that transcends by a long way just election season. But I do think it's extra important. But, we return again to Stoicism. It's the most valuable school of philosophy. Study it, look it up. Following the path of Marcus Aurelius.
Yep, absolutely.
Epictetus.
and the other guys.
And the other ones.
We used to say at the end of every episode that you can only control two things. We haven't said this in a while, but your attitude and your effort are really the only two things you can control.
I got that from my dad. He coaches volleyball, and he says you can't be responsible for the results. You can only be responsible for what you put into it.
Absolutely. So just try to breathe. Try to enjoy your life. Try to take the things that are actually around you and what your inner circle is happening and your friends and your family, and really try to delve into those and enjoy those, because you know what? I'm proud to live in this free country and I love living here and enjoying what I have. And I think that anyone who lives in this country will say that that's an important thing to do, is just enjoy what you've got right in front of you.
I have nothing to say to that. I find it offensive.
Yes.
I'm mortally offended.
Yes. So yeah, as you go out there this week, try to not let the things that you can't control run your life.
Yeah. Don't let things you can't control you.
Yeah.
Breathe. Move on. The Serenity Prayer. Learn
Serenity
it.
Prayer.
Utilize it.
What is the Serenity Prayer again?
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Oof, isn't that beautiful?
It's great.
That is such a great line.
Yeah, it's the cornerstone of, I grew up knowing it because of AA. Not me. I wasn't like 5 and knocking them back. I just mean that I knew this. Move. I knew it because I know that that's a tenet for acceptance in alcoholics and overcoming those difficulties. And the Serenity Prayer has stuck with me since a very young age, and I've always thought it's useful, and it is.
I believe that. I got to catch up with a great childhood friend today and her parents, and we were talking and reminiscing about the past. And I was thinking about how it's interesting because I don't know why I have this filter in my brain, but I genuinely remember the good things way more than the bad. And for that, I am so grateful, and I am so blessed, because I know that that's not everyone's experience. But I sure am grateful for it, because I love to take things with me in every lesson that I learn. That you guys have taken something out of today, whether it's a new way to play Stardew Valley or maybe a whole life lesson on Stardew Valley.
And if it's anything else, you did it wrong.